I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Thursday, July 9th. Quincy and Milton are working together to develop a joint 911 dispatch center at the new Quincy Public Safety Complex. The communities have been awarded an $8 million state grant to develop the new dispatch center that will handle all police, fire, and EMS calls for both communities. The plan is to install the new system, then create a civilian department to run the new center with a director, a deputy director, and an information technology specialist. $7 million from the grant will go toward the infrastructure, and $470,000 will be used to pay for the salaries of the civilian workers in the department. No anticipated additional costs are needed from the budgets of Quincy or Milton. Officials say the regional approach will create opportunities for cost savings. Officials from Quincy and Milton praised the announcement, and the new dispatch center could be operational in about a year. Road work will be causing some traffic delays in Quincy this week. Police say work will be going on along Newport Avenue from Beale Street to Enterprise Drive tonight beginning at 9 o'clock. Paving will also be taking place from West Squantum Street to Enterprise Drive in the northbound lanes beginning at 7 o'clock as part of the National Grid Restoration Project. Police will be guiding motorists around the work zones. Drivers are asked to avoid the area if possible. Authorities are investigating possible human remains found in the woods in Randolph. According to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, members of the Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to the Norfolk County DA and Randolph Police were in the area of Plain Street investigating a wooded area for possible human remains. No further details were released. A man was found dead after going missing while swimming at a pond in Plymouth yesterday. Police say they responded to a 911 call for a possible drowning. Just after 2 p.m., dive teams searched Charge Pond in Miles Standish State Forest in Plymouth. The missing man, who was 52, was found about 3:45 p.m. in water that police said was 17 to 19 feet deep. He was pronounced dead less than 10 minutes later. The man's name was not released. State police took part in the search by air and on the water. Plymouth police and state police are investigating. Thousands of nurses at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston went on strike early yesterday morning in the largest nurses' strike in Massachusetts history. Hospital said patient care will not be affected. It has hired nearly 1,300 replacement nurses to cover shifts for the next 5 days. The strike is scheduled for 1 day, but the nurses will be locked out for 4 more days. The hospital said that's because the replacement nurses are contracted for 5 days of work. Mass General Brigham, which operates the hospital, has been negotiating 2 contracts for several months, one for the 4,000 nurses at Brigham and Women's, and the other for nearly 500 home health care workers. Both sides are stuck on pay. The union that represents the nurses, the Massachusetts Nurses Association, said the hospital is proposing 0% raises. Late yesterday afternoon, Governor Healy called the nurses and hospital management into a meeting at the State House. The governor urged both sides to return to bargaining. The nurses union said it was awaiting for Mass General Brigham to respond. Hospital said its nurses are some of the highest paid in the country, with an average salary of more than $147,000. Hospital also argues that their proposal keeps an annual 5% pay raise that's part of the wage scale, adding that their offer appropriately recognizes nurses' important contributions while balancing responsibility to sustain patient care. The hospital said the strike will not affect scheduled appointments unless patients are notified directly about a change. Massachusetts lawmakers are pushing some new rules aimed at making e-bikes safer as the vehicles continue to grow in popularity across the state. The proposal, included in a larger economic development package, would create a tiered system that determines where different types of e-bikes and other motorized bikes can legally operate. Supporters say the changes come as hospitals report a sharp increase in serious crashes involving e-bikes, riders, and pedestrians. A doctor at UMass Memorial Medical Center recently said the emergency department has gone from treating about one e-bike crash each week to between 3 and 5 weekly. Those injuries range from broken bones to traumatic brain injuries and, in some cases, fatalities. Under the plan, e-bikes capable of traveling 21 to 30 miles per hour would be allowed in bike lanes, but prohibited from sidewalks and shared-use paths. Mopeds and scooters traveling more than 30 and up to 40 miles per hour would be banned from bike lanes, bike paths, sidewalks, and shared-use paths. Riders under the age of 16 would not be allowed to operate motorized bikes capable of speeds greater than 20. Helmet use would be required for all e-bike riders. Supporters say the proposal is designed to improve safety for riders and pedestrians alike, particularly as crashes involving children become more common. Deer populations in parts of Massachusetts have grown to the point that wildlife officials say they're causing widespread problems for forests, farms, and public safety. Mass Wildlife says some areas of eastern Massachusetts now have 30 to 40 deer per square mile, far more than other parts of the state. The overpopulation is damaging tree farms, threatening local agriculture, and increasing risks to public safety. Conservation leaders said heavy deer browsing is also changing the makeup of forests. Deer feed on plants like white oak, which supports hundreds of other species and help maintain biodiversity. Wildlife officials said hunting antlerless deer remains one of the most effective ways to reduce the population because female deer have the greatest impact on future population growth. The United Kingdom's Royal Air Force aerobatic team, known as the Red Arrows, will perform a flyover above Boston today. They'll be flying over Beacon Hill and the State House at about 3:10 p.m. as part of the America 250 festivities and to celebrate the enduring friendship agreement between the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The Red Arrows last soared over Boston in 2019, displaying their iconic red, white, and blue smoke trails over the city. On Saturday, the Red Arrows will be back in Boston to fly over the Sail Boston 2026 Parade of Sail at 4:30. That will be the second flyover of the day. FA-18 U.S. Navy jets will kick off the parade by passing over the U.S. Constitution in Boston Harbor at 10:15 Saturday morning. The Red Arrows are on a 5-week tour of the U.S. to celebrate America 250. This weekend, they'll participate in the Great State of Maine Air Show in Brunswick. Check of business news this morning, and stocks are mixed. The Dow down 576. The Nasdaq rose 51. The S&P dropped 21. Shares are mixed in Asia, and oil prices slipped as conflict escalated in the Middle East, with Iran and the U.S. launching fresh attacks. The dollar fell, the euro was up, and oil at $77 a barrel. In sports, Red Sox beat the White Sox 5-0 in Chicago last night. They wrap it up at 2:10 this afternoon. Today's forecast from the National Weather Service: hazy, hot, and humid with a high of 90. Chance for a pop-up thunderstorm. Muggy tonight, low around 70. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms, hot and humid, and a high 90. Saturday, partly sunny, high of 84. And sunny 83 on Sunday. For the boater, waves 1 to 2 feet, wind southwest at 5 to 10 knots. High tide 7:21 p.m. Sunrise 5:16. Sets at 8:21. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Thursday, July 9th.